Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about Flipstarter. Flipstarter, guys. So we're going to be talking about Flipstarter because I was watching Jeremy and Steve on the Bitcoin Cash podcast. And towards the end of the stream, they started talking about Flipstarter. And here's my thing with Flipstarter, guys, just so you guys know my thoughts on it as somebody that's trying to, contribute to the space as much as possible. And again, Flipstarter, it's confusing. So let me explain this. So the thing with Flipstarter is, guys, is whoever's created it, I'm not sure the mechanics that go behind it. It might be the easiest way to do it, but the whole Flipstarter thing is a bit confusing from a Bitcoin Cash standpoint. Maybe not as confusing if you're using a specific wallet and or you have to download this and then download that. But here's the problem with that, guys. And again, this is nothing particularly pertaining to the actual reality of what Flipstarter actually does achieve. Okay, so I just want to be clear on this, that the reality of what Flipstarter achieves and what the mechanics that build out Flipstarter do, like I said, it might be the easiest way to do it, but it's confusing. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video short. It's incredibly confusing. I've even watched how-to videos and been able to think like, okay, I can just walk myself through this and do it, and I just decided I didn't want to, because the problem with that, guys, I want you to understand, the problem with Flipstarter is not the ability or the idea of what it's trying to deliver or what it can do. Like I said, I think it's a great idea. The problem with it is it's so fucking confusing, okay? So hard to find, so hard to get to. It's almost like if you want to run a campaign on it, good fucking luck. I wouldn't even waste my time running one on it. And that the reason is not, again, because of the idea. Maybe they just need to polish the idea of what Flipstarter, like the way to do it, guys. It shouldn't be that difficult. It literally, if somebody wants to do a campaign on it, why can't you just send Bitcoin and cash? And yes, you can technically do that. But again, guys, it's just not simple to use. It's not simple to get to, and it's not simple to find all the stuff to do it. So I'm saying, if you go through all the steps to do something and it's that hard for people to initially do, it's almost like everybody running their own node and saying like, yeah, you can use crypto if you run a node. And technically, that's not hard for people to do. But do you see the comparison, guys? Do you see the comparison? It's not a simple, just an open type thing where you can just send it anywhere. It has to be through a specific way, and you got to do all these specific things, and you got to go to flipstarter.cash and all these things. I've sat down, guys, and tried to walk myself through the idea of doing it, not the reality, just to get that kind of hands-on approach. And I haven't even done that once, or actually but twice, only to find out I didn't want to contribute to it. I didn't want to, I want to purchase it. I want to take part in it, but if it's coming down to Flipstarter to do that, like, it's not easy to do, guys. That's the problem. It's just not easy to do. If it was a little bit easier to do, meaning like, okay, I want to do a campaign, I can do it this easy. Anybody with Bitcoin Cash on any wallet can take part into it and use the platform. But it's again, guys, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the idea of it. I'm just saying, from a front-end user standpoint, it's confusing. And like, you go to try to use it, and it feels like it's so confusing you don't want to use. So just shout outs to people that have done Flipstarters. I would love to donate Bitcoin Cash, and maybe somebody on the internet can sit me down and walk me through how to do it. But it has to be it has to just be easier to run. So, all right, here, I'm just going to say it like this too, guys. Here's another problem. Some of the Bitcoin Cash stuff is the most frontline badass stuff, but because of lack of marketing, because of lack of resources, it's not in its full state. If it was in its full state, yes, Flipstarter could probably be one of the best fucking apps if you want to call it an app, or best use cases for fucking crypto. It's literally the idea behind it. The operating of it is really good. We just need to like get Flipstarter to a way where it's not confusing. It's just send Bitcoin Cash here, and yes, on a simplistic level, that's what it is. But it's just, it might have to come down to like how the contract is executed in the background, like basically just technical stuff, and there's no way to get it any better than it is. I get that point. It's almost like you using a badass wallet, but we know everybody's not going to use that badass wallet, even though it's the most badass wallet. Does that make sense? So I don't want to come off like I'm criticizing Flipstarter. I'm just coming off as a Bitcoin Cash supporter, saying the front end user experience of using Flipstarter, donating and or creating the way to do it. It should be as something. Let me give you an example. It should be as something as simple as setting a register up on Bitcoin Cash, like POS.cash. Like, do you remember how easy POS.cash is to set up from a merchant taking it and understanding what's going on? Flipstarter doesn't have that approach when you're creating a campaign and or donating to a campaign, and that's what it needs. It needs like a POS.cash front-end experience, but utilizing all the tools that the Flipstarter actually does, which, again, guys, I'm not criticizing it. I'm only trying to give you guys, like, I know people in the Bitcoin Cash, I've seen the donation, I've looked into it. It's just not, I don't know what it takes to make it a front-end user experience, like, where you just, it's very simple to do. Like I said, POS.cash was very simple to do. And I know that's totally different, but the user experience has to be that easy. And then I think it would take off. I think Flipstarter could be one of the biggest, funding sites that's been even around. So again, guys, just trying to throw my 2 cents into it, that every time I've tried to go into it and explore it and even look into how-to videos and stuff, it's just too fucking confusing. It rubs me the wrong way because I can see how people are confused by it. I get how it works, but I'm not gonna go through all those additional steps just to find out that I got to go through all these additional steps, because it's just, things have to be streamlined as just sending money here and creating a campaign out of thin air. And if those things were working out, then yeah, it would be fucking fantastic. Everything would be seamless, and literally, yeah, Flipstarters could actually work, but it's only catering to like a small group of people, even I think within the Bitcoin Cash community, because I know other people have had trouble talking about it. I mean, today, that's why we made the video, guys. We were watching the Bitcoin Cash podcast, and that was a topic that came up to me that was like, that really hit home, because it's like, I've wanted to donate to the Bitcoin Cash Flipstarter. I've wanted to consider, maybe doing a Flipstarter, but what I'm not going to consider doing, guys, is like, it just has to be simpler. And I think it can be, but with that idea, I don't even know who's in charge of it, but it's a great tool that unfortunately not as many people are using because of the problems that I mentioned. And if we could fix those problems, I think, yeah, it would be a great fucking tool. And yes, I think Flipstarter would be one of the best things, but we got to get that front end user experience there. And I think we're doing that with every other angle on Bitcoin Cash. I mean, even some of the newer stuff we came out with, the technology's there, and that just might be the timeline, and I'm just fucking wanting it to happen way quicker. But that's all I got, guys. Just want to shout outs to Jeremy and Steve. Steve was on there. I'm not sure, everything currently going on with Bitcoin Cash, guys. We've been focused on the price here on the channel and focused on just, looking into Bitcoin Cash. So that's what we do with pretty much every coin. So, all right, guys, we'll catch you soon. Take care.